Hey, what's up guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, we're going to take a look at a UFO above Hawthorne, California. Don't know what it is. We know what it isn't because it doesn't meet basic aviation requirements. It has no lights on it, blinking or solid, but I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. Good video though, too good not to share. But before we get started, we're going to check in on the Schumann resonance data, and you can see it's a little quieter than it has been the last couple of 2 or 3 days. Whatever the frequency motivator was seems to be letting up a little bit. You can still see a spike that lasted about 4 hours. The Schumann resonance is the vibration of planet Earth. Its resonance, and it's normally around 7.8, 7.86. When you see those large spikes, that tells you that the Earth is feeling something. And that's why we have all this data here at the website. These are Earth's vital signs. When we see something spike, whether it be in the Schumann resonance or here in the magnetic shields of Earth, which right now look pretty good. They don't look like they're showing any type of, major activity. They look quite normal. Then we can kind of know if we do see a spike in either the shields or the resonance. Looking at the seismographs, you can detect energy in Earth's crust. All kinds of different things that you can watch to monitor planet Earth. And it goes on down. The whole page is full of what I consider good data. But right now, everything looks in, pretty normal parameters, except for a small spike in the Schumann resonance. Now we're going to hop over to the west coast of California, Hawthorne, where an object was spotted in the sky by a gentleman that shared a video with me here a couple of days ago from Hawthorne, California. And this is the object I was talking about that had no aviation lights. You can see there's nothing on this craft, whatever it is, blinking or not blinking. There's no blades, there's no sound. Something very quietly moving through the skies above Hawthorne, California. And this was an excellent video. It's just one of those that's too good not to share. I'm not claiming to know what this is, guys. I'll leave that entirely up to you. But I don't think it's any type of aircraft that we're familiar with. Doesn't behave like one with regard to noise, number one. Sound, lights, number two. It's kind of quietly gliding through the air. So, don't know. It looks like maybe it's black in color. And then it disappeared behind the building. Here it is, enhanced. Basically what I've done is I've zoomed in as tight as I could go without becoming overly pixelated. And you can see it does look like it's black. This side here, though, it's got like a white appearance. I don't know if that's some sort of a glare, maybe a dome. I have no idea. Now, right there, got to be honest, it looked like a typical jet, right? Looks like a jet. But again, this thing makes no sound. It has no lights. Then when it turns, it's got like something glowing on the right-hand side over here. See that glowing appearance? We're going to compare this to some jets here in just a moment, and you're going to see that jets behave entirely different than this craft here, whatever it was. Got a video clip sent in by Bob from Dallas, Texas, and this is from June the 12th, right there in broad daylight. And they are loud. You know those things are around, and see, they're flying in almost the same exact position as whatever that thing was we saw over Hawthorne. These things are incredibly loud. They are powerful machines. And they made not only one pass over Bob's location, they made 2. They were leaving a trail of smoke, probably out practicing maneuvers, I would guess. But they're very low to the ground as well, like the craft we saw over Hawthorne, California, but this is over Dallas, Texas. I'd say these jets here are probably 1,000 feet off the ground, no more than 1,500 feet. And they are very, very noisy, but they're out practicing maneuvers, I would say. And we know what these are, if nothing else, by the sheer sound. And Bob was up on a roof of a house, working on something on the roof of a house when these things came up behind him. And, of course, he heard them and turned around. And here they go for their second pass, once again over Dallas, Texas. And that was back on June the 12th. Super cool machines there. Those are a long-time favorite of mine. Those jets that fly in formation like that, I've always found that quite fascinating. That video was sent in by Bob out of Dallas, Texas. I've got a brand new picture slideshow I put together, new sky phenomena sent in from all around the world. We're going to start with a series of photos I've received from up here in Canada, in Alberta, Calgary, Edmonton. A lot of storm damage from this large storm system that's been moving through the area last 2 or 3 days, and some unbelievable photographs out of Edmonton, Alberta. Look at that. Looks like a big mothership coming in for a landing about 300 feet off the ground. Unbelievable. Here's some photos here of lightning from Calgary. Incredible photos sent in by Schmitty. Look at that. Bright pink skies. Those storms that have been moving through the area have been very, very strong, causing flooding, a lot of hail. You're going to see a video in here of large hail that's accumulating on the ground. And you're going to see a photo here in just a second of a home that was severely damaged from hail moving through the area up in Alberta. Here's a photo sent in by Ryan of some cars that have sunk on a freeway. Look at that. They got overwhelmed with floodwaters from those storms that I showed you at the beginning of this video clip. Just incredible. Like this here. That's vinyl siding you see on this home that's been completely ruined by hail. And you can see the hail piled up on the front porch. See the hail in the front yards about the size of ping pong balls. You're going to see a video of that hail coming down and accumulating on the ground. And the gentleman, look at the light there that's broke on the side of the house. See it just hanging? It's a wonder that the windows aren't broke. The video that was shared with me from right here, that thought the window was going to break. This was sent in by Phil. And you can see it accumulating on the ground. That's probably at least a couple inches thick. And those are in the neighborhood of ping pong ball size. That's why the siding on that house was damaged. Unbelievable. Blake E. sent in this spectacular photo of a giant beam spanning across the sky at sunset. Next photo here was sent in by Cowshell out of San Jose, California. Notice this big independent orange cloud all by itself up in the sky. Not necessarily all by itself, but nothing else was orange like this. Looked like a big batch of cotton candy or something up in the sky. But if you look at it, this one right here looks like the profile of a human. Look at that. Nose, mouth, eyes, cheekbones, chin. Incredible. Next set of photos are out of Lake Hartwell, South Carolina, and this is of the rocket launch from back on the 13th, visible from up in South Carolina along the east coast of the United States. Look at that. And I saw that many years ago, actually not that long ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, go over our neighborhood. That right there. Shortly after a launch from Vandenberg, one of these rockets went right over our neighborhood, and that's exactly what it looked like. James from Staffordshire, United Kingdom. Got another massive serpent cloud in the sky. Look at that thing. You got to ask yourself, how does something like that even form in the sky and then maintain its shape? Simply incredible. Here's another look at the same structure. Looks like a very long, this one here looks like a long rectangle in the sky. Just does not fit in with the rest of the random clouds, not even close. Hollow, Federal Way, Washington. Big jumbo halo around the sun. Australia, Andrea R. Notice what looked like some sort of a craft tucked in behind the clouds here. At least you can see right angles behind the clouds that are blue, indicating some sort of a void behind the clouds here, like maybe something is sitting there. Got a right angle there, you got one down here, and actually one back there. Almost looks like a very large square, or quite possibly a craft of some sort. Here's another photo by Andrea. That's of the sun tucked in behind the clouds. And here's yet another big halo in the proximity of the sun, visible from Australia. Perrysburg, Ohio. Tania, got some very colorful clouds up in the sky near the sun. Look at that. Pink and purple and gold and yellow. Unbelievable. Great photograph. Relly W sent in by Susan P from Australia. Some glowing orange clouds, and that one there kind of looks like some sort of a ship just sitting up in the sky. Here's another ship, and this one here is pretty obvious, sent in by Samuel from Cincinnati, Ohio. See it right there? Big triangle craft sitting right above his house. That's why he took the photograph. It was because of that structure right there. That's what he said in the email. Said it flew right over their neighborhood. Ellen V out of Belgium. Some awesome sky photos here from Belgium. Look at that sky. Talk about personality. Incredible. Here's some mammatus clouds high above Belgium. Must have been either before or after a storm that went through the area. More storm clouds above Belgium. Don't get too many sky photos like this from Belgium. Here's yet another one. Very ominous looking sky. Now that one's got a lot of personality, a lot going on there in that sky photo. Katie out of Australia, Victoria, Australia. Got another one of those sky serpents. Look at that. You can see it spanning there in both directions as far as you can see. Pearl Harbor, Florida, Ruth Ann. A spectacular double-decker rainbow that's got an airplane right in the middle of it. And that's a large airplane. That rainbow's so big it dwarfs the big plane. Santa Cruz, California, Diane B. Got some clouds up in the sky that look like fabric. Look at those things. Incredible. How does something like that even happen? They look like they're woven together. It looks like fabric on a couch or something. Look at that. Unbelievable. Looks like a net or something up in the sky, or a screen. See how those are woven together? Simply incredible. Great observation by Diane out of California. All of the photos were exceptional, as always. If you're new viewers, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click on this bell. That way you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. If you're current subscribers, simply double check. Make sure you're still subscribed and make sure the bell is still activated. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. All of the photos end up here at the Sky Phenomena Photo Gallery at the website, and sometimes I'll use them in a picture slideshow, just like you saw right here. Thanks for watching. Have a super day and be safe out there.